Scott Morrison and Josh Frydenberg, as I said last night, are freaking out. Why are they freaking out? Well, let me paint a picture for you. The Australian newspaper, the front page, just came out today with an article basically saying that Australians are very discontent with the way these lockdowns have been going, very discontent, obviously, with losing their jobs and their kids not getting educated. And this is what the front page actually said. Australians are more worried about job losses and their mental health than they are about large outbreak of COVID-19 cases and deaths, according to a landmark survey that revealed sharply changing attitudes to lockdowns and the pandemic. The poll also finds strong support for keeping schools open during lockdowns amid growing concerns that children in Victoria and New South Wales are suffering. It revealed a growing frustration with lockdowns, with 1/3 of people calling for them either to end immediately or when everyone wants a vaccination and has had the chance to get one, while 50% said they want lockdowns to end when 80% of the eligible population was fully vaccinated. This is amazing. This is really good. In fact, minutes ago, Josh Frydenberg came out with this video I'm about to play, where he reads out 3 stories of these women that are really struggling during these lockdowns with the troubles that they pose. Check out what he says, and let's have a talk about what you think.
Over the course of COVID-19, I've been contacted by many in my local community who have been deeply impacted by the lockdowns and the other restrictions that have been put in place. I thought I'd share with you a couple of their heartbreaking and heartfelt letters. Like from Fiona, who wrote to me, "I'm a mother of 3 young children and I'm struggling during this 6th lockdown in Melbourne. My husband, children and myself have had our worlds turned upside down. I cannot do this for much longer. My son refuses to do any work and spends most of the day crying, and my daughter is equally frustrated." This is from Katie. "I've loved living in Victoria until recently, where I've been raising my children. I'm a stay-at-home mum who's currently trying to maintain homeschooling and my children's well-being, while watching them become more and more fragile by the day. It feels like we're trapped in a cruel situation with no end in sight." Lisa. "Dear Josh, I've never before written to a politician, but today I can no longer stand silent. Health is not just physical, it's mental and social well-being as well. I have a daughter who's been diagnosed with an eating disorder, and all I'm asking is for you to please send the kids back to school. They need some normality in their lives." I say to Fiona, to Lisa, and to Katie, and so many others who have contacted me, I acknowledge the difficulties that we face today. There is light, however, at the end of the tunnel, with the rising vaccination rate offering hope that restrictions will ease and we will get back to our lives in a COVID-safe way. Please stay strong. Please support one another. We will get through this.
Look, he doesn't sound like the most empathetic person, but when it comes to whether you should trust him or not, you don't have to. You don't have to trust him on this. All you need to remember from this video is that the Prime Minister and Josh Frydenberg are changing their tone. The Prime Minister himself today ended up doing a press conference saying that, we need to open up, we need freedom. Even though we've got different states, we need to open up these places once we get to 70, 80% vaccination rates. And, with the national plan, maybe they can do that. Maybe they will open up. Now, do I trust them? No. I reckon the mandatory booster jabs are right around the corner, just like in Israel. As of the 1st of September, tomorrow, if you're in Israel and you haven't had your 3rd jab, you're not allowed into polite society. You're not allowed to do the things you used to do. We're not stupid. We know that's coming. But I'll have to keep you guys in the know on this, because your emails are working. Your messages are working. It's working so much. The polling is working because it's showing that people are frustrated, and it's working so much that the government they're freaking out, basically. They're freaking out. They need to make sure that they do not lose the next election in May next year, so they're changing their messaging. I'm going to make this video very short, but what you guys need to know is that they do hear you. And I know it's not soon enough. I wish it was immediate. I wish the lockdowns ended right now. A lot of people are losing their jobs, and I've told you a few stories about that. And it really sucks. It really does. I mean, there was one woman, she was talking to me, she's been at her job for 26 years and her boss is ready to let her go and commence handover. That's sickening. You want to throw her onto the street along with her kids? It's disgusting. But this is where we find ourselves right now, guys. This is the state of Australia. So let's see if we can change it. This is how we can change it, because every video, I try to give you guys an action item. If you've emailed your MPs, I want you to do it again. I want you to tell them your story. I want you to send it to all of the other federal MPs, not just your state MPs. And on top of that, if you have time, I mean, you can. It's easy to add an extra email, but if you have time, it's absolutely vital that you tell people around you to email them. And include your postcode as well. It's very important that you do that. The reason why things have gotten so bad in Australia is because people haven't been communicating with their parliamentarians. Now, I get it. Parliamentarians should be going out of their way to hear from the community, but people are lazy. I mean, that's why a lot of people haven't been emailing recently. You need to email the MPs. You need to let them know what you think, because they can't read minds. And when these surveys came out, do you see what's happened? The Prime Minister and the Treasurer themselves have freaked out, and they're changing their messaging because they know that what's happening right now is not a successful election strategy, and they want to come back. So when it comes for this, that's one thing you can do. Also, I don't tell people to join a specific one party. There's no one party that I endorse. Last night I did put the call out for One Nation, the Liberal Democrats, and the United Australia Party with Clive Palmer. Now, I'm not being paid by any of them. I don't work for any of these parties. I don't work for any party. I don't receive donations. I have lots of little donations from people. And when it comes to the party that I'm telling you to join, it doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter, guys. If every Australian joined a political party, we would be in a way better place. And here's a statistic just for you guys to know. Just in New South Wales, there are 8 million people. Of the people that are eligible to vote, there's 5.4 million. Of the people that actually do end up voting and they're registered voters, there's 5.3 million. Of the people that are actually in political parties, there is 30,000. 30,000. 5.3 million versus 30,000. What is that as a percentage? Because that 30,000 in the political parties, they're the ones that pick the candidates. They're the ones that sort of sway the policy. They're the ones that do a lot of this stuff. That is 0.5% of 5.3 million. So what we've got in New South Wales is a situation where 0.5% of people in New South Wales are basically dictating policy. It's literally it's worse than the 1%. It's the half a percent. That's what's going on. Now, a lot of people don't know this because a lot of people haven't been educated about this. You should all have been taught this in school. I wasn't. I had to go find this myself. This is how you're going to enact change. I don't care which party you join. I really don't. If everyone joined the Liberal Party, if everyone joined the Labor Party, if everyone joined, One Nation, all the minor parties, the United Australia Party, the Australia One Party, the Liberal Democrat Party, the Gap Party, the IMOC Party, all of the little parties, all of the Federation Party, you know how many there are. If you just joined your parties, you could actually make a difference. I don't care which one. Just join one. Because the reason why it's all falling to crap in Australia right now is because the people that have gone before us, including many people that are here, never joined political parties. For me, that's not the case. As soon as I could join a political party, I did. And I hated what I saw. It was corrupt. It was disgusting. And I tried to make a change, and we did make some change. But I worked out that I wanted to be in media. I wanted to have my own opinion on stuff and not be bound by the shackles of a party. Now, when it comes to what's going on in Australia, if everyone joined their political party, we'd be in a much better place. A much better place. You could actually influence who is selected to run for your party. That would be really good. It would be very good. Now, already I can hear the voices of people saying Joel's a shill for the Liberal or the Labor Party. I'm not. I'm about the system problem, because there are systemic problems that have happened here that people are not solving. You could easily solve what's going on in Australia a long time ago if you actually engaged in your democracy by talking with your MPs, by emailing them, by calling them, by attending peaceful protests, by actually going and attending party room meetings and becoming a member of whatever party. I don't care which one. But you haven't been doing that. That's why things have gotten so bad. That's why, you know what it's like? Let me tell you what it's like. It's like 5 years ago, there was a cancer. And you could have treated the cancer when it was this tiny little thing, very simple surgery, could have cut it out and gotten rid of it. What you've done is, you've been sleeping and you've been, hanging around, you've been drinking and just going about your life, going to work and coming back, and you haven't dealt with the little tumor. So now it's this massive thing, it's spread to the rest of your body. So in order for you to save yourself, it's going to take such a drastic sort of imposition on your health. You're going to have to take such a big intervention on your health to change it, whether it be chemotherapy or whatever, that it's almost beyond saving. That's where we're at now. That's why it hurts so much. That's why things are changing so quickly, exponentially. This is what was meant to be done for a long time ago. It's okay. You can do it now. Now, for those of you that, for whatever reason, are going to go to the major parties, you should know that if you join them, you can only vote for, you have to wait 2 years to, in the Liberal Party, for example, before you can vote. That's not opportune. But if you're willing to wait that long, and we will be around that long, if you're willing to wait that long, then go do it. But if you want, if you want to act change a lot quicker, go to some of the minor parties and see what you can do there. But there's a party for everyone, honestly. There's a party for everyone. If there's not, and if you can see a niche, then maybe you need to create a party. But it's hard yakka. It's hard yakka. So that's my advice to you guys. I'm not partisan. I don't endorse any singular party and say, go join that party. And that's the situation, guys. That's the situation we find ourselves right now. If every Australian was obligated to join a political party, we would be in a much better place. I'll see you guys later. This is the message. The government is freaking out. They're changing their messaging because of you. People power, talking to your MPs. It's working. In fact, fun stat for you. Tanya Davies, her Facebook page, it went from about 7,000 I think a month ago or a month and a half ago to 35,000 today, because she started speaking to the people and doing live streams every night. That's amazing. So to all the MPs listening, and I know there's many of you that listen, start doing live streams with your audience. That's what they want. They are craving that attention from their MPs. They're craving to be heard. And there's a huge upside, not only for our community, but for what you're trying to do in Parliament if you do that. So that's my message for you guys. I'm about to hop on a live very soon with Maria on Instagram, and I look forward to chatting with her about some of these things. But I will see you guys later. That's what you can do. Let's go do it. I'll see you guys later.